Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
And KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors. The Kawasaki KX450, built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out today at Sahara Motors and let the good times roll. Morning clouds will give way to afternoon sunshine with warmer temperatures. Today's high around 87. With 4 days remaining in early voting, turnout still considered low. Only over 3 days remaining in early voting. Turnout still considered low. Only 14% of registered voters have cast ballots. In-person early voting at the clerk's office has totaled 210 over the first 8 days, with 36 votes cast yesterday. As of yesterday, 455 mail ballots have been received. Voting continues from 9 until 6 today at the county clerk's office. Mail ballots can be dropped off anytime at the drop box in front of the new courthouse. Whatever you do, don't mail them at this late date. They may not get counted. Nevada gaming regulators have approved new horse racing rules following the 2024 doping scandal at the Elko County Fair, where several horses tested positive for cocaine after races. Officials say the updated regulations strengthen disciplinary procedures, add new safety equipment requirements, and limit jockey whip use to better protect horses and participants. Nevada Gaming Control Board Enforcement Chief Christy Torgerson says the state reviewed nationwide best practices while updating the rules. Trainers connected to the violations fined and suspended. Regulators say veterinarians found no lasting harm to the horses involved. The new rules took effect June 1st. They will apply to race meets in Elko and coming up to White Pine horse races. According to reporting this morning by Minnie Racker of the Nevada Independent, a decades-old domestic violence allegation involving Nevada's 2nd Congressional District candidate James Settlemeyer has surfaced in the heated Republican primary for the state's only open U.S. House seat. Court records published by the conservative website The Populist Sentinel show Settlemeyer was charged in 2005 with misdemeanor domestic battery involving his then-wife. But Douglas County District Attorney Mark Jackson confirmed to the Nevada Independent that Settlemeyer was ultimately found not guilty and exonerated. Settlemeyer's campaign says the allegations were false and is now accusing political operatives tied to rival candidate David Flippo's campaign of improperly obtaining sealed court records. Jackson confirmed the records were sealed under Nevada law and says his office is investigating whether anyone illegally accessed or distributed them. The controversy has since spread online and appeared in at least one super PAC advertisement supporting Flippo. President Trump earlier this week endorsed Flippo over Settlemeyer in the CD2 race, which many state GOP leaders have rebuffed. Questions about Flippo's actually living in northern Nevada has also been a concern in the race. President Trump has endorsed Reno attorney Adrian Guzmán Fralick in Nevada's Republican primary for Attorney General. In a post yesterday on Truth Social, the president praised Guzmán Fralick, saying she has the courage and wisdom to deliver results for Nevada. Guzmán Fralick thanked the president on social media, saying she would not let him down. The endorsement is seen as a major boost in the Republican primary race against Douglas County Commissioner Danny Tarkanian, who has also highlighted his ties to Trump in campaign ads. Guzmán Fralick previously served as chair of Nevada's Cannabis Compliance Board and has also been endorsed by Governor Lombardo. The winner of the Republican primary will face probably either Democrat State Senator Nicole Cannizzaro or State Treasurer Zach Conine in the general election. They are the leading Democrat candidates in that race. U.S. Department of Agriculture marking National Homeownership Month by promoting programs aimed at helping more Americans buy homes in rural communities. USDA Rural Development Acting Under Secretary Todd Lindsay says the Trump administration is focusing on expanding access to home ownership, particularly for first-time buyers. USDA housing programs include guaranteed home loans through private lenders, direct home loans, home repair loans and grants, and self-help housing construction grants. Officials say the programs are designed to help working families build equity and strengthen rural communities. USDA Rural Development will host events across the country throughout this month to connect residents with available housing resources. Nevada, among 17 western states, now included in an expanded federal conservation program aimed at protecting big game migration corridors on private land. The USDA announced the expansion yesterday at a wildlife conference in Boise. The program uses Farm Bill funding to help ranchers and farmers carry out wildlife-friendly projects, including improving fencing, restoring habitat, and protecting migration routes for animals like mule deer, elk, and pronghorn. Federal officials say Nevada wildlife agencies will help guide conservation efforts as the program expands across the West. Since 2022, the USDA has invested nearly $147 million into similar projects covering more than 1.2 million acres nationwide. Vegas Golden Knights rallied from an early 2-goal deficit to beat the Carolina Hurricane 5-4 last night in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final in Raleigh, North Carolina. Thomas Hertel scoring the game-winning goal with just over 3 minutes left in regulation as Vegas stole home ice advantage in the best-of-7 series. The Knights erased a 2-0 first-period deficit and continued their hot playoff run with a 7th straight victory. William Karlsson, Shea Theodore, Ivan Barbashev, and Brett Howden also scored for Vegas. Carter Hart made 23 saves for the Knights. Game 2, Thursday night in Raleigh, as the Golden Knights chase their second Stanley Cup title in 4 seasons. At 8:20 for Sahara Motors, that's a check of news from White Pine County and the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.